So this is a definition. Okay. So consistent hashing is a hashing technique used in distributed system to evenly distribute data across servers while minimizing the data movement. This is very important. Okay, we are distributing the data across servers, but we are also minimizing the data movement when servers are added or removed. So let us assume that we are using a very simple hash function and the maximum hash space is 0 to 1000. Okay, so let us draw a ring from 0 to 1000 like this. Okay, and so the first step in consistent hashing which we need to do here is we are going to map the server on the ring based on the server IP or the name by using a hashing function. Let's assume that a server A is mapped here on this part of the ring, server B is mapped here, server C is mapped here, and server D is mapped here. So the first step we will take. The next step we will take is we are going to map the keys on the ring based on their values. Okay, so let's assume K1 comes here, K2 comes here, and K3 comes here, and K4 comes here, just for simplicity. So now how to decide on which server the keys should be stored? So for that purpose, we have to move in the clockwise direction like this. Okay, so K1 is going to be stored on A, K2 will be stored on B, K3 will be stored on C, and K4 is going to be stored on D. Okay, we have to move in clockwise direction. Now, let us see what happens if we add one more server E in between. So we added server E. So what really happens is all the keys which are earlier mapped to B are moved to E. So the keys which are mapped to B will be moved to E. So if you notice, no other keys in the ring needs to be remapped. K1 is still mapped to A, K3 is still mapped to C, and K4 is still mapped to D. So here, what we have achieved is we have minimized the movement of the keys, which is present. Only K2 needs to be moved here while adding a server. On similar lines, let's see what happens if I delete server D in between. So here the D was there. So all the keys which are mapped to D will be moved to A here. Okay. No other keys in the ring needs to be remapped new. Hence minimizing the keys which need to be moved. So what we have seen here is while adding the server or deleting the server, we have achieved minimal movement of keys using consistent hashing.